Shalom. First off, I want to give all honors, all glory, and all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS, Ruel. Shalom to the elect, which begins with the 144,000 who were chosen from the very beginning and foundation of the earth, and to all ye Achaim that preach his word for the edification of the body, to feed the lost sheep of the house of Israel. I pray that peace and mercy is bestowed upon you from above, unto the apostles and elders, and unto the Lord's elect. This is the brother Halal from GMS Chicago, and this lesson will be a response to the elder in South Carolina. You know, we were told to do a response to this man on TikTok, Jerusalem _ 1985. You know, the elder told us to do a response to this lesson called "Those Israelite Camps Are Not of God." You know, which basically, this dude is going to be scoffing the men of Yahweh by Shemal Shai, basically saying that we don't have the spirit, and that we're all about, you know, the destruction, and that, you know, basically the same defamation of character type rhetoric that a lot of people have been trying to place upon us for many years now. But I'm going to let this video play, and may this lesson be edifying to all those who are watching.
So I just went back and forth with a camp here in Atlanta, and it's clear we're not dealing with the same God. If it wasn't clear before, and it was clear before, but it's really clear now. I guess because the Most High has increased my wisdom and knowledge, right? To where like now, like I already knew this, but it's crystal clear now. They don't work for us. It's crystal clear. And we was predominantly talking about Jacob's trouble. And I'm like, hey, we're out of Jacob's trouble. Have we not been through trouble for the past 1,000 years?
And that's not true. You know, although Israel has been judged throughout the scriptures, and our people have faced punishments for their actions and them sinning against Yahweh by Shemal Shai, Jacob's trouble has not yet reached its full climax. As a matter of fact, we are in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble right now. You know, and we know that Jacob's trouble has not happened, because what happens after Jacob's trouble? The Lord's return. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. I already know where I'm going with this, chapter 30 and verse 7. And it says, "For alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Right, so after Jacob's trouble, the elect of Yahweh by Shemal Shai is going to be delivered, and the kingdom of heaven is going to be restored upon the earth, man. You know, but that has not happened yet, which signifies that Jacob's trouble has not yet come. You know, let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, in verse 40. Let's see. Verse 42, it says, "He answered me and said, This present life is not the end, where much glory doeth abide. Therefore had they prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality to come, wherein corruption is past." And what is that talking about? Let's go to the previous chapter, 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 7. And it says, "Then answered I, what shall be the..." And this right here is the prophet Ezra, you know, speaking to an angel. And this is what he asked the angel. It says, "What shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the beginning of the first, and the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?" So the prophet Ezra was asking this angel, when will be the end of, you know, the wicked, corruptible world, and the beginning of the kingdom of the Lord. Verse 8, "And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." And to break that down, Esau, Edom, who is the forefather of the so-called Caucasians today, they're going to be the last nation to rule the earth before the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai is established, man, in which Jacob, which represents Israel, which we are the Israelites, we are going to be ruling, Lord will, we rule alongside Yahweh Bashim Shai in the kingdom, man. So that's what it means when it talks about the day of doom. And after the day of doom, what comes next? The immortality. Because after Esau's kingdom is taken down, that's when the beginning of immortality comes. For who? For the Israelites. Beginning with the 144,000, which you can read about that in Revelation chapter 7. 12,000 out of each of the 12 tribes of Israel, which ultimately, it adds up to 144,000 who were chosen from the very beginning of the earth.
And their energy, the way how they were communicating, it was like, no, we're gonna go through Jacob's trouble. This is gonna happen to us. This is gonna happen to us. This is gonna happen to us. And their energy was kind of like they want it to happen, kind of like they HATE.
Yeah, and the reason we want it to happen is because if Jacob's trouble doesn't come, the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai cannot come after it. And this right here is spoken all throughout the scriptures. Let's go to another scripture in the book of 2nd Ezra. There's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 4, in verse 26. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteous and infirmities. And we see that right now. We see a lot of unrighteousness, unrighteous decrees, unrighteous laws, unrighteous trends that are popular among people in the modern day age. We see that stuff happening now. So what do you think the Lord is going to do because of that? Verse 28, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. And when the destruction comes, it's gonna happen because of the evil that is being sown in the earth right now. Verse 28, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So that's why we want Jacob's trouble to happen. Not only because we want to see our enemies, including a lot of you scoffers out there, receive judgment, for hating Yahweh Bashim Shai and his men. But if Jacob's trouble does not happen, the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai cannot come, because evil is going to have to be quenched before righteousness can be rooted in, before righteousness can be grown. I read verse 29 once again. It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. Verse 30, for the grain of an evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness hath it brought up unto this time, and how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come? And what is the time of threshing? That's the time of judgment. When you thresh grapes, what do? You smash the grapes, man, in order to make wine. That right there is the book of Isaiah chapter 63, when it talks about the Lord slaughtering the inhabitants of Edom and their blood being sprinkled upon his garments. So because evil has been sown on the earth, therefore a time of trouble that the earth has never seen is going to be manifested into the earth, is going to be brought forth. And Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to return to bring an end to that in order to save his elect, man. But for everybody else, hey, they can go pray to the guys that they've been serving all this time. Don't call on the Lord when these times come, man. Go pray to those idols. Matter of fact, I get one more scripture. Let's see. Israel's portion. Let's see. 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse. Let's see. I'll start at verse 7. It says, the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even the fire and the water so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion. So this is our portion. You know, we have to pass through the trials and tribulations and pass through the danger in order to receive the inheritance, man, which will conclude with Yahweh Bashim Shai returning. So this right here is proof that Jacob's trouble has not yet happened. You know, because after it happens, that's when the Lord makes his grand return, man, and the entire world is going to see it. They're going to see Yahweh Bashim Shai returning. There's not going to be confusion over who the true image, over what the true image of the Lord is.
Eat us like Esau. So their energy was like one of the Gentile nations and the Edomites. Like, I'm like, dude, we've been through Jacob's trouble. They would just like, it was like the weirdest thing, because they were just like firm on us going through Jacob's trouble. Like, that was gonna happen. Trouble. I'm like, if that's what y'all want to believe, you know what I mean? But I mean, for the remnant within the remnant, the 1%, like, it's over. I told them, I'm like, what it seems as if like you guys are out here just trying to use tactics of the devil and the Gentile nations, white people.
So now he's trying to gaslight us and saying that we're using tactics of the devil. Well, how are we using tactics of Satan by reading these scriptures? How is that a tactic of Esau, Edom, or the Gentiles, man? Hey, Esau, Edom lied to us about our heritage. He would never tell the truth. We're telling these people, we're telling you Jakes the truth for free. We're not selling breakdowns. We're not selling garments or Hebrew names. We're telling you people the truth for free, and yet you try to gaslight us and say that we're using tactics of Satan. This is why the Lord said, lift up not a prayer or a cry for them, man. Because no matter what truth we try to speak to our people, they always take it for granted. And they're not grateful for what Yahweh Bashim Shai bestowed upon them. You know, in the words of Elder Karab, you know, one of the elders here in GMS Chicago, hey, you people out there are nothing but black Edomites, man.
Right? It's all energy harvesting. It's keeping you in fear, keeping you in angst, keeping you in anxiety, keeping you in this whole notion that...
Well, guess what? The fear, let's get a scripture in Sirach. Because fear is needed, man. Fear is needed in the earth. The fear of Yahweh Bashim Shai is needed. That's why so much wickedness going on. But let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 12. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. So we show our gratitude toward the Lord, what? By fear. By keeping his precepts and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. You know, because we don't want to be destroyed in these times to come. So he's talking about we're trying to use fear tactics. No, we're not trying. Don't be afraid of us. Be afraid of Yahweh Bashim Shai, because the fear of the Lord drives away what? Let me go to Google, man, because this app is being unreliable. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 in verse, let's see, I'll start at verse 19. It says, wisdom raineth down skill, and knowledge of understanding, and exalteth them that honor that hold Slakia. Wisdom raineth down skill, and knowledge of understanding, standing, and exalteth them to honor that hold it fast. Right, the book of Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6 says that wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of our times in the time of trouble. When these times of trouble come, this wisdom that we have is going to be our stability, is going to be our guide, is going to be our armor, man. That's why the scriptures say put on the whole armor of the Lord. What is that? It's talking about spiritually. Verse 20, the root of wisdom is to fear the Lord, and the branches thereof are long life. The fear of the Lord driveth away sins, and where it is present, it turneth away wrath. So by us fearing the Lord, and giving the message to the people, we are ultimately, Lord will, we saving our own souls, man. If we give the message to you people and you reject the message of Yahweh by Shema Shai, we're not going to be held accountable for that. Let's get that in the book of Ezekiel. What is it? Ezekiel chapter 33. No, Ezekiel chapter 3 in verse 18. It says, "Why I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand." So if we don't warn the wicked to turn from their ways and they die, that means that his blood is going to be on our hands. And in that camp that you ran into, Jerusalem _ 1985, they were trying to warn you. They were trying to warn you and give you the message, and you rejected him. So this was going to happen. Verse 19, "Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul." So don't stress yourself out trying to wake everybody up. At the end of the day, if you try to save everybody, you will end up saving no one. Because these people are going to find out the truth. If they don't find it out from you, they're going to find it out from the Lord. And it's going to be much more terrifying when it's from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So, hey, this camp that you ran into that taught you this word, when you face your judgment, your blood is not going to be on their hands.
You gotta prepare and you gotta do this because Jacob's trouble is gonna happen and this is going to happen. Right? So it's just all so they can steal your energy, Bubs. You know what I mean? So it's crystal.
I'm not gonna make this lesson too long. You know which channel to find us on. GMS South Carolina 08, the Elder Manatazak Ba. Been dropping a lot of edifying lessons, especially on these scoffers, man. But with that, I'm going to give all honors, all glory, and all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone GMS, Ruel, Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, and the Bible Ball. I'll see you all in the next lesson. Shalom.